Hi crafters, it's Hannah from HanCrafted Creations. Welcome to my craft room today. So just a couple of things to mention before we start crafting. Apparently my video on Friday on Facebook and here on Saturday had no sound. I don't know why there was no sound. It was fine when I was editing it, I think, but for some reason there was no sound. So thanks to everyone who let me know. I genuinely have no idea why that happened. It was fine and then it just decided to not have sound. So I apologise if you couldn't get the tutorial, but I had a few people say they could still follow it along even though there was no sound. So if you want me to redo them, if it was really confusing, let me know and I can reshoot them or try and figure out why there was no sound. So that's that, and then just a very quick reminder that the colours that are going to be going, where are we? Here we go. So these are the colours here that will be retiring when the new catalogue comes out. So the in colours, and there's a few others from the neutrals, bright, subtles and regals, so a few from each of the colour families. So if you do want those colours, if you want the ink or the cardstock or any of the embellishments in those colours, make sure you get them now. And also the retirement list is up from, so we know what stamp sets are going to be retiring. So any of those, if you want those, you need to get them as soon as possible because they are while stocks last. So any of you re-inkers, you know, the stamp set we're going to be using today is going to be retiring. There's a list, so any of those things, if you want to get them as soon as you can, because once they're gone, they won't be coming back. So yeah, be sure to get them as soon as possible. So are we good, Mum? Yep, so we've got Mum over there who will be checking up on comments, and if you have any questions just pop them in there and she will shout them out to me. So let's get crafting. So I'll switch you over to here. So this is the stamp set that we're going to be using for today's class and for this week. In fact, I've got a few videos coming up with this stamp set. This is the Paisleys and Posies stamp set, and there are dies that coordinate with it as well. So these are gorgeous together. So first things first, we'll start with card number 1. So I've got a few cards to share with you. Let me just get my bits and pieces. So for this one, we're going to do, oh no, that's not this one. Oh yeah, I do know what I'm doing, honestly. We've got a Melon Mambo card base, and then a layer of soft sky, which is going to go there, and we're going to do some stamping on this piece first. So I'm going to actually stamp the sentiment first and then the rest of the images around it. Oops. Let's pop that on a block. Oh, come on. So this is going to get stamped in Ireland Indigo. And I'm going to stamp it down in the right hand corner. Cool. Just clean that off to the side. Okay, now I'm just going to grab a few of the images from the stamp set, probably those 4. Let's pop them all onto blocks. And then just using those, I'm going to fill in the space around. So I'm just stamping a few. Just sort of around and above. Like so. So this is a very quick card, as you can see. And it doesn't take very long at all to stamp, because we're just stamping in the one colour, and they're quite large stamps, so they go quite quickly. So that's that done. So I do want a couple of these stamped on some scrap. Whoop, that's my computer making noise. And we're going to cut them out. So this one, I think. Is it? Yeah. So the dies do actually cut out the shapes. And I think I'll do 2 of those. So now that we've stamped those, move the stamps to the side, close that. I've got my big shot next to me here, so I'll just do this cutting and then we can get to colouring. So like I said, the dies do cut out the shapes pretty nicely. Ooh. Try that plate, that one's flatter. If you your dies aren't staying quite where you want them to, try check if your plate is flat, because if it's a bit bent, then it might not want to cooperate, and it looks like this doesn't want to cooperate with me today. We'll just do this one first. So we'll do that one. So I'm just running it through the big shot. So that's that one done nicely. Now let's see if we can get this other one to cooperate. Would help if you put the die the right way around as well. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's moved. Oh, come on. Carefully, carefully. Okay, that's one. One more to go. There we go. I think I may need to get some new plates soon. Oh. Oops, sorry, I just whacked my mic. There. So don't rush it either. It takes as long as it takes to get it lined up, because you don't want to have to whatchamacallit, do it again. There. So move that. Now we can bring the pieces in. So I'm not colouring in all of it because we'd be here all day. I'm just going to pick maybe the centres of this. Actually, that was a bit pointless because that one's going to get covered up. Centre of the big one. So this is soft sky, and then we'll do the edge. So I'm trying not to rush. And that one's going to get covered. And then the same on the one that we die cut. So the centre and then the edge. That's the good thing with this stamp set, you can add as much colour as you like. You can stamp a whole A4 sheet and just sit and colour it all in. And then on this one, you see one's going to get covered, so I'll do this part. Like so. And then the same on this one. And then I've got rose red. Both of these colours, by the way, are retiring, which is why I thought I would use them today. So you can see what they look like. And what do we want to do? I think I'm just going to do these flowers. Oh, that nib isn't very good. Neither is, oh, I think this is actually running out, which actually isn't a bad thing, seeing as it's retiring. Okay. Obviously you would do this a lot slower. But I've got a few other cards to get to, so we'll go a little bit quick. Not that it actually takes very long. And we're done. Okay. So this is going to get mounted onto some soft sky. And then I've got some Bermuda Bay ribbon, which the colour isn't retiring but the ribbon is. So I just want some along the bottom. And this can go on our card base. And then just to finish it off, we will pop these ones up with some dimensionals. Of course, you have to have something popped up. Put 2 on the bigger one. And 1 each on those. So this one's going to go on there. This one on here, and it will line up. And then this one I'm going to actually pop down here. And we can just pop a glue dot underneath the edge of the end of the ribbon. There. Cool. So that's card number 1. So we've done some little bit of stamping and colouring, pretty quick. So if you did it without the die cutting, it would obviously be even quicker and perfect for a quick card when you need something in a hurry. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my next card. Oh yeah, right before we started, I suddenly looked at what I prepared and I couldn't remember what I was doing with this one, and now it's come back to me. I think I might slightly be losing my mind, or losing it a lot, one of the two. Okay, right, so this one is Peekaboo Peach and Tangerine Tango, which is yes, they are retiring as well. I was just double checking then. So yeah, all retiring colours, and we're gonna do some stamping on here. That's for the inside. So we're going to do some stamping on here and a little bit on here. So I'll bring this one in first. So for this one, what I'm going to do is grab all the actually, am I? No, ignore me, what I was about to say. I'm going to do that for the last card instead. So for this one, I'm just going to stamp all over. You don't have to do too much there actually, because that's going to be covered, so we'll do that. Oops. You know what? We'll just cover it all like so. Okay. So this is going to go there. Oh, that looks nice. So every gap is covered. And then we'll stamp this one with this guy, and that's in Peekaboo Peach as well. We're just gonna go in the middle. So this piece of cardstock is, what did I do it, 2.5 by 3.5. So it's just a little bit bigger than this stamp. Awesome. So that's that one, and then the one for the inside, I'm just going to stamp the bottom corner and then the top corner. Okay. Righty. I'm gonna close this and flip this over so we've got a nice clean piece to look at. So we're going to do just a little bit of colouring on here. I've got Tangerine Tango and Peekaboo Peach. So I'm just going to add a little bit of detail to this stamped image. Again, not like the whole thing because we'll be here all day. Just a couple of spots. So this is again a very quick card to put together. Okay, and we'll do these little flowers. Like so. And this one. And then this one. Hi Joyce and Cindy, hi. Glad you could join me today. And then with the Peekaboo Peach, I just want to do these dots. So, just to change the image a little bit. And I'll do this one. There. So not much of it, just a little bit. And I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment. Where did I put my black ink? There it is. Oh, before I stick it together because it's just long enough. Whew. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should just stamp it on the inside instead. It's literally no, I don't want it. I want it on the outside. So we will make it work. Wish me luck. Oh, just. I probably should have measured that as well when I was preparing this. So I measured the cardstock for the stamped image, but I never thought about the sentiment. Oh dear. Anywho, so now we can put it all together. So this is going on here. Then this will go on the front of our card. Whoop. There. Then this one. I'm not popping it up this time, I'm just going to put it flat. So you could use any combination of colours for this, because it is very simple. I just picked these ones because they're retiring, so I thought we best use them before they're gone. So there we have it. That's card number 2 using the Paisleys and Posies set. What do you think? I hope that you like it. Okay, next card. I'm actually saving my favourite till last. and you'll see why in a bit. So next card is another really simple card, and we're going, what's the word, monochromatic, and that's just one colour. Is that the right word? I think that's the right word. So we're using chocolate chip because it's retiring as well, and I thought, okay, let's use chocolate chip, and I thought let's use just chocolate chip. So we've got a piece of Whisper White and then an oval from the Layering Ovals dies. I think it was that one. So that's like the third size down, something like that. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on the back, just a spot, and then take off all the stickiness, near enough all of the stickiness, because this is just going to be a mask, and you can press it on yourself or on your clothes to get as much sticky off as possible, and then just pop it in the middle, and don't press down too hard. So what I was going to do on the other one, I'll show you now, is excuse me, let me just take a sip of my coffee. Okay, choose a few of the stamps that you want. So we'll add in this one. So decide where you want them to go. Oh, other way around, Hannah. Dope. Like so. And that one. And then just pick them all up with one block. And then is it even inking? It doesn't look like it's inking up, but I'm sure it is. Okay. Huh. Well, that didn't work, did it? So you know what we're going to do? Flip it over. You know, I'm going to grab my Pierce mat. Pardon? No, I don't think I pressed it down hard enough. Okay. So I'll do that again. That's why you have two sides of a piece of cardstock. One's the practice side. It's true, the other one was just a practice. This is the real one now, she says. Make sure it's inked up properly. Okay. Now hopefully, let's see. Why isn't that inking? Huh. I don't understand. Let's try moving him out a little bit. could you grab me another piece of Whisper White, please? This is just not working today. So what I'm going to do is just do it the old-fashioned way. Let's see if it's just this stamp. Yes, please. See, does it find there? Thank you. Okay. Third time's a charm. That'll do. So I'm just working around the oval. Like so. And this one. So you can stamp it like that before. I have done it many a time. But obviously today, when I want to actually show people, it decides not to work because somebody thinks that would be funny. Oh well, never mind, eh? It's all good. Oops. I think that'll do. And a little bit of this one. Just to fill in some gaps. And then just the last one. Sorry. And that'll do. Okay, so now we can lift up the oval and you've got a nice little window for stamping. And before I do anything else, I'm going to wipe my hands because I've got really inky fingers, and normally obviously I don't mind that, but I know for a fact I'm going to smudge something, hence why the big bag of baby wipes. Okay, there we go. And then we can stamp our sentiment in the middle. If this doesn't stamp right, I'm going home. Oh wait, I am home. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to bed. If it don't work, I'm going to bed. Hey, it worked. Alright, I won't go. I'll stay. Okay. I can put, I'm pretty sure it is monochromatic when it's just one colour. And that's card number 3 all done. Ta-da! After how many false starts, it actually got finished. Yay. So yeah, that's another quick card. If you've just got one colour ink, it doesn't matter. You can just use one colour ink and one stamp set and you're good to go. So, like I said, this is my favourite one now. Who can guess why? One, we're going to be doing some embossing. And you know I love my heat embossing. And 2, gonna get a little bit messy. And you know I love that too. So I've got a few inks. I'll just make way for those. So I have got, pop that side. Daffodil Delight, Tangerine Tango, Tempting Turquoise, Melon Mambo and Wild Wasabi. So first thing that we're going to do is just colour this piece of Whisper White. So let's get these open. And then we can get all inky. And I've got my sponges. See how prepared I am? Actually, you know, preparing stuff. That's not like me at all. I usually just wing it and hope for the best. So, right. Doesn't matter what order we do this in, so I'm kind of well, shall we try and do kind of rainbow? So red, yellow, orange, red and yellow, pink, green, purple, that way. Okay, so not exactly rainbow, but it doesn't matter. All we want to do is lay down a good amount of colour. And we want to overlap them as well. Make sure it's really well saturated with the colour. Nope, this one. So loads and loads of colour. That's it, and then Tempting Turquoise. So I'm overlapping as well. It doesn't have to be perfectly neat. At all, to be fair. Let's do a little bit more here. A little bit more of my favourite colour. Melon Mambo. It's still my favourite colour. From when I joined Stampin' Up till now, it's still my favourite. So if they ever retire that, I will not be best pleased. There. It's got a nice rainbow of colours. Ooh, how pretty. Okay. A bit more. So let me just put these sponges away and close up all of these inks. And just to be on the safe side, I am going to blast this a little bit with the heat gun just to make sure that ink's dry. So might get a little bit loud, so one sec. There we go. I mean, you know, stamping of ink dries really quickly, but just for the next step I want to be 100% that it's dry. Okie dokie. Right, let's grab our stamps and make sure they are really clean as well. I'll just give them another quick scrub. Whoops. So choose a few stamps that you like, and mostly the bigger ones. So I don't know how well the smaller ones, the really small ones like the teeny tiny ones, I don't know how well they would show up. So well, then again they might, I really don't know. Let's try one teeny tiny one, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to stamp all these with Versamark, throw on some clear embossing powder, and then heat set it. So what I'm going to do is fold this, I can use it to tip the ink, embossing powder back in. So embossing buddy all over, give it a good smack. Oh, a bit much there. Getting bits in the air now. Okay, and ink this guy up. And just a few images. Obviously you can't see this yet, but I can just make out where I've stamped. And we'll try a couple little ones. I don't know how well it will work with those, but we'll see. Okay, so then throw over your clear embossing powder. Looks like sugar. Yep, that looks good. Let's tip all this back. Okay. Now I'll heat this so it's going to get a little bit loud again. Okay. Out. So now we have embossed it, and it looks pretty cool as it is, but we're not finished. Pardon? Because it's just the clear embossing powder at the minute, so you can't really see much, but we haven't finished. So this is my favourite part. I'm going to get another scrap piece. And I've got elegant eggplant, so we're going to try it with that first. If it's not dark enough, then I will go for another colour, but we'll go with this one first. So all we're going to do is use the ink pad and swipe all the way over. So you just want to make sure your embossing is dry. That is good. So now you're just going to swipe or press onto, yeah, pressing's good, and you can already see what's going to happen. So you get it nice and saturated with colour. I think that looks pretty good. Yep. Quick, don't go anyone, it's just suddenly decided to stop. I know, it's coming back. It's coming back. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. Can you hear me again? I am here. Can you hear me again? Yeah, are we back? Yeah, okay. Whew, I don't quite know what happened there. My streaming software decided to just go offline for some reason. But I think we're good. Yes. So, yeah, I just swiped with the ink pad.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, awesome. Brilliant. I'm like, no, I'm nearly finished. Don't stop working now. So I'm just taking some kitchen roll and just gently wiping away the ink that is sitting on top of the embossing, and look at that. How awesome. Okay, the sun's really bright, so I don't know if you can see. There we go. How cool is that? Love it, love it, love it. Where's my card base? Oh, there it is. And okay, I've got inky fingers again. I don't want to get smudges on my card base. Okay. So this is another one that would work with any stamp set where you've got lots of images. I've done it with oh, what's that one stamp set that's got the big thank you? Oh, I can't remember it off the top of my head. My eyesight isn't good enough to see it from here either. So it does work with words as well. And there we go. And I'm not going to do, oh no, I am going to do a sentiment. I think, yeah, it does need it. So I'll just take from the Paisleys. Yeah, my world is brighter and more beautiful because of you. That's kind of perfect, really. So I'm just going to do that in black. Oh, that's cute. Get my big scissors. Try and cut in a straight line. Yeah, that looks nice there. You don't need to do a lot to this card because it's already kind of stunning as it is, so just a simple sentiment will do. Ta-da! What do you think? I love it. Okay, so I'll bring in the other cards in a second. Just give that a good. So that one, our monochromatic one. The tone on tone, just 2 colours, one. And then this one that used the dyes to pop up some of those elements. Why does that look weird? There we go. So that's our 4 cards for today, all using one stamp set. And you could just use a couple of colours, even if you know this one, it could just be with 2 colours, it doesn't have to be with lots. If you don't have a lot of colours and you don't have many stamp sets, you can get a lot out of just one stamp set. And I do have some more cards coming up this week with the Paisleys and Posies stamp set as well, so I've got even more to show you. And can you just grab that off the wall for me, please? I forgot to get it down earlier. Thank you. So something else you can do with the Paisleys and Posies, and try and get it in shot. There, oh, there we go. So that is a home decor piece, I suppose you could call it. I've had this, I made this when the stamp set very first came out. So I just drew a heart very lightly in pencil and then just stamped in that pencil line, and you've got a nice wall hanging there, and that's just some older designer series paper at the back. And then there we go. Oh, there we go. So that's something else that you can do with this stamp set. So like I said, Wednesday we'll have a colour challenge and we'll be using Paisleys and Posies, and Friday over on Facebook I've got a project for you, and then back here on Saturday, so we'll have a week of Paisley and Posies ideas. So if you don't have it yet, click in the description and the link will be there for it. And if you do have it, let me know what's your favourite thing to do with it. You can post pictures as well on in my Facebook group. I'd love to see, actually, if you do have the Paisleys and Posies stamp set already. My hand's getting tired. What projects you've made with it. So there's a link for that in the description. I would actually really love to see what you've made with it as well, so we can get some more inspiration. So that's it for today. I hope that you've enjoyed these projects. I will take some pictures of them now and post them on my Instagram so you can get a closer look at them as well. And I will see you all next Monday live. So if you have any requests, any questions, just let me know, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.